Hi, this is your tutorial on making a bifold closet door. So here at the bottom left of my walls, I have a space for the closet. As you can see, I drew the wall all the way through. We don't draw it with the opening just yet. With most bifold closet doors, again, when you measure, a very common practice is that the door is centered inside the wall. So if we consider this the wall for our closet, from this point to the right point, then we'd want to center it somewhere. You want to double check that in your room and make sure it's centered. Some of you, your closets are not centered themselves, so your door might not be centered. So I want you to go ahead and double check that for me. In this example, we are going to have a 5-foot bifold door. So to do this, I am going to put it in the center. And another way to do this is before I show you like offset over a certain amount. So instead I'm going to go from the center. To do that, I'm going to go to my object snap down here. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to make sure midpoint's on. I'm going to go up to line, and I'm going to put my cursor right in the middle of this line from left to right. That's going to be the center of my closet, and you see it shows up as a triangle. I'm going to click. I'm going to move my cursor up until I get either another triangle or I get what's called an intersection with just a little X. I'll click again. I'm done, so I can hit escape. Now I have the center of my closet, so I need to offset to the left and to the right half of 5 feet, which would be 2 feet 6 inches. So I'm going to go offset 2 feet 6 inches to the right, to the left. Just like before, I will delete that little line in the middle. I will then select trim, and I'm going to trim that out. You can see here that these little ends are blue. I'm going to select these lines, and technically they're part of the walls layer. So I'm going to put that back on my walls layer and hit escape. So now I have the opening for my bifold door. For my bifold door, I need to do a little bit of math, but it's not too difficult. With a bifold door, we're going to have 2 lines on each side that go 45 degrees. And we want to make sure that these lines would fit the opening when the bifold would actually close. So we're going to have 4 lines in 5 feet. We're just going to do some math. So to do this, all you're going to do is take your opening. For mine it's 5 feet, maybe 6 feet for you, 7 feet, 4 feet, whatever it may be. And you're going to divide that by the number of lines that you need to draw. So since this is a bifold, it's going to be 4 lines. So I'm going to take 5 feet divided by 4. Or we already know that half of this, because we just offset it, was 2 feet 6 inches. So if we divide that by 2 again, we would have 1 foot 3 inches. So I'm going to make sure on my doors and windows layer, I'm going to select line. And I know that I need these to be at 1 foot 3 inches. The hinge is going to be to the outside of the closet. I'm going to click, and I'm going to move up to the right. And since I have dynamic input turned on down here, I'm going to go 1 foot 3 inches. Then I'm going to hit tab over to my angle, and I want all these to go at 45 degrees. Now, or a version or a derivative of 45 degrees. So the first one is going up and to the right, so that is going to be 45. Then I'm going to go back down, again, 1 foot 3 inches, tab over, and I want this one, if I use polar, to be at a different angle, which would be 315, or you can see here that with dynamic input in, it's actually it's using a reference line going to the right, and it is showing like 45 degrees again. I don't know if 315 would work because it throws it up there. So it looks like it does want us to say 45 degrees. Hit escape, and that is one side of the closet. Perfect. Here's your next little tool to learn. I could go ahead and do it on the other side easily, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a new tool called copy. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to select copy. And inside copy, the first thing that our command line asks is to select our objects. So I'm going to select my 2 lines, and I'm done selecting. I don't want to copy anything else, so I'm just going to hit enter. And now it says select a base point. Well, I'm pretty much just going to copy this over to here. So if you think about it, it's kind of a mirrored image of itself. So I'm going to select this point as my base point, and I'm just going to move a copy of it right to this corner and click. And I could make more copies if I want, but I don't, so I'm just going to right click and enter. And there we go. We have a bifold door. Use the same kind of idea. Figure out your opening. Divide that by 4. That's going to be each of your lines. They're going to go at 45 degrees, and you now have a bifold door.